Having chickens was my long time dream since my childhood. Now I'm counting years with the chickens, and I met my happiness. Not only being source of income, source of food, chickens is that one denominator that connects nations. Every day I meet different people. I talk to very many people out there, and I'm known worldwide just because of chickens. Mzee Chicks Uganda is my name, world best chicken dad, and I'm here to help you to meet your happiness. If you're doing chickens, I will say you're doing a very great job out there. And take yourself a lucky person. There are very many people out there who'd like to do the same what you're doing, but they can't. Just there are cities out there that can't allow people to keep chickens. Now just know how important you are to those people. You're the one feeding them chickens. You're the one providing them eggs and other things from chickens. So just take yourself a lucky person. You they are challenged with being in a limited yard, and sometimes you find it impossible to have chickens in your smaller yard. Here are the important tricks you can use to have healthier chickens in your smaller yard. And one of these we shall talk about to have that number of chickens that fit in your yard. You know very well these chickens need a certain space, where they will be resting at night, and they also need space where they will be scavenging around, or where they will be feeding from during the hours. And if you want to overcome, or if you want to have chickens in your limited space, just know and just have that exact number that fits in your yard. We always recommend to have 6 to 7 chickens per square feet in that area where your chickens will be roosting at night. And then we do recommend to have 3 to 4 chickens in that area where your chickens will be scavenging from. So just get that yard you're having, and then know the number of chickens you should have in that area. With that one, of course, you will not be limited, or you will not hesitate to have chickens in your that limited yard you're having. Then another thing, if you want to have healthier chickens in your limited yard, try to feed your chickens on separated seeds and pastures. That's when we can try also hydroponic fodder. And here you just need just containers where to grow these separated seeds, these separated pastures, and where you will be placing these seeds so that you can grow your own fodder. Afterwards, of course, you will be feeding you direct this fodder to your chickens. And just see, you are in a limited space, but your chickens, you're trying to raise your chickens healthier. Then just know that by just use of that, you will be not stopped raising chickens in your smaller yard. And this is very important. And just it stops very many people out there to have chickens just because they are in limited spaces. It's a trick. Then another trick also, try to grow pastures. Try to grow pastures in this very space you're having. Try to grow this pasture, and nets and nets, because here your chickens will be feeding to this pasture that is already grown through the net without uprooting this pasture, hence destroying it. The pasture will just grow through the net. It's the one to be fed by these chickens minus uprooting or destroying the pasture. So it's also a trick. You will grow pastures in that very place you having chickens, but by just use of this trick of growing this pasture under the nets. That one will help you and you will raise your chickens in your limited yard, hence raising healthier chickens. Then another thing here, try to feed your chickens on water floating weeds. With water floating weeds, of course, you know very well we have duckweed, we have azolla and other water weeds, but these are the very common one. And you know very well this one we just feed to chickens after harvesting, and chickens can't go there and destroy or can't stop you from growing these weeds in your limited yard, because you will need just to go there and harvest this azolla, this duckweed, and you bring and you feed your chickens. It also requires to grow it in just a limited space, because you will also need just to set up your ponds. Then you will have just to harvest your weed and feed direct to your chickens. Yeah, guys, just by practicing such things, of course, nothing will stop you from having chickens in your limited yard. Because every day, when we talk about having chickens, more especially these local breeds, of course, people think of that bigger yard to raise these chickens, because they know very well these chickens will need a bigger yard to scavenge from, minus thinking also that you can just use some of these tricks to have your chickens, and you will be raising healthier chickens and organic chickens. Lastly here, you can also have chickens in your limited yard as you growing pastures in a different place, and then you will just go there to harvest this you bring it to your chickens. Yeah, I think I've talked more than enough. After putting all that in consideration, nothing will stop you from having chickens in your limited yards. Lots of love, Mzee Chicks. Set out.